morning, everybody. My name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. Today is a how does my day go? It started off terrible. Good thing I'm laughing about it now. Yeah, I didn't sleep last night. I would say I had about a 1 hour rest. I wasn't asleep, but between 5 and 6, I kind of laid there still. But I had one of those nights that I just couldn't get comfortable. So I sat up in the living room for most of the night and played Candy Crush. And just to make matters worse, they knocked me back to day one. I was like at day 200 and something, and they said I missed playing the day before. Well, it was probably because I played it after midnight, and that didn't count for the day before. My mistake. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a game. So anyway, so that's how it started. Then I got up very early. I had quit the game of Yahtzee partway through last night because I just wasn't feeling as well as I could, and I couldn't think to do my math. So we decided we'd finish the game this morning, and I lost. That's typical. Then what happened then? Oh, then we had a place that we were going to go drive by to look at for renting, and it looked so good on the pictures, but when we drove by the place, it was in a very horrible neighborhood. And so we just went, okay, well, that's not going to work. So now we're back looking again. But we're going to take our time, because if you don't get the right place, then, we'd be making two moves. And there's no point in that. That wastes money and time and everything. And I don't adjust to change well. So we're going to just do it one time, and that'll be it. So we're doing that. Then while we were out, I realized that it was time for my pills, and I hadn't brought them. So therefore, we went back home. But by the time we got home, I could hardly drive Belle because I couldn't keep my hands on the steering wheel. But I came home, I took my meds, they're all working now, and that's good. So now the day looks up. So I said, well, okay, now the day's looking up. I better see what was on my to-do list that didn't get done. And oh man, today was a big day. So I sort of said, okay, I'm going to shuffle things around a little bit, because I'll do the paperwork. I will do, what else will I do? I've got something, my homepage here is not set up the way it should be, and my tablet won't let me do anything about it. My playlists are messed up. So I'm going to have to go on to Bill's computer, which is fine, except for that the chair over there isn't the right height for me. And when we adjust it, it rolls all over the place because the floor is not level. So it's craziness. I say it's madness around here today. But anyway, then now that the KitchenAid is working, I want to make a smaller batch of bread. I don't want to make the two big loaves. I just want to make one loaf. So, hang on one second. I forgot I had something on the stove. Just a minute. See, this is what happens to me. I forget I put things on the stove. That's the reason we have to live with Claudine now, is because I am making a lot of mistakes. So anyway, my Mixmaster, or not Mixmaster, what is it called? KitchenAid. Oh my gosh, I just love that thing. Anyway, we got the mistake all fixed out. We know that the machine is working good. And so I'm going to make a smaller loaf of bread and test it out this afternoon. If I don't get to it today, I'll do it tomorrow, but I think I will be able to do it today. And I just am heating up some leftovers for my lunch. I think tonight, if we have fresh bread, I'll just make a bowl of soup and have soup and a piece of bread. So that'll be nice and easy. Claudine's going to come back tomorrow. It's time to turn the ceiling fan on. So we have to make sure the blade's spinning the right way for summer and all that. So she's going to do that tomorrow. She was going to do it today, but I wasn't feeling good at the time. So she said, let's just let Mom rest. I don't think Claudine knew how sometimes it was very bad when I got froze up. She got to see it today. So she knew I had told her that it was like that, but I try not to let anybody see when it's a bad day. And so I think she knows that when we're living together, her caregiving role is actually going to be harder than she probably thought. Anyway, I'm trying hard to try and prove that I can still do some things, and I think I think I can do them. So I'm going to keep on trying as long as I can. I'm going to. So anyway, but I do want to tell you a story. There's two stories that kind of are in one. One isn't really funny; it's just a memory, and the other one is hilarious. Well, to me anyway. Anyway, we went to Reno on a trip with my parents. Actually, it was a gift from them that we would go to Reno. We were staying at a place called Circus, and it was a lovely place and whatnot. But Bill and I are not big gamblers, and we had I think they gave us. We drove down, and they of course paid for the hotel, and the part of the gift was our food, and the food there was cheap, but the hotel was reasonable, and so we all had a place to stay, and it was very nice. And then they gave us $50 a day. I think we were there 3 days, and they give us $50 a day for us to put in the machine. And if we wanted to put more than that, then it was up to us. Well, we're not big gamblers, so Bill said, they've got an automotive museum here. We'll go to the automotive museum. So we went toward the museum, and then he ran into people that he knew when he was up in Canada delivering mail. He ran into people from his hometown. So he had a great visit with them, and we had a good holiday. Well, my mom, she's a very lucky person. She was very, very lucky. Anyway, she was telling us the first day, last night she didn't go to bed. She said, I stayed up all night because I went to the horse races. And I said, the horse races? And she goes, yes, like you watch on the camera. And I said, well, there's no horse races in the middle of the night. She goes, oh, it's all piped in on the machine. And you just watch it, and you put your money on whichever horse is going to go and whatnot. And she says, I've been very, very lucky. She says, and it doesn't cost that much to bet. I think it was 50 cents or $1 or something. It wasn't very much. And she said, I was being so lucky. I stayed all night watching the horse races. Well, anyway, we spent the next 2 days, and the last night, we'd heard for all this time, Mom kept going back to the horse races. So I said to Bill, this last night we're here, why don't we go check out those horse races that Mom was at? She said she got to sit in a seat, and, she wasn't walking around, and I said, this is our last night, let's try it. So he said, okay, fine. So off we went to the horse races. We got in the low room. It was a little room. And there's all these women all sitting around and whatnot, yelling at the screen, go, go, and horse number so-and-so. They were little mechanical toy horses that went gallop, gallop, gallop along this track. They were little metal horses. They weren't real horses at all. And they're yelling at these horses on the thing, go, number 6, go, number 6. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I said, Mom, you've sat here for 3 days. Betting on a child's toy. And she goes, but I made a pile of money. I said to her, well, good for you, but that's just craziness. Well, anyway, Bill, he goes back downstairs and he says, I found a paying machine, Darlene. And I said, really? He says, a nickel machine. Put in 3 nickels, that's the maximum bet or something. And I said, 15 cents, that's our type to go. Well, this machine would take your money and take your money and take your money. And then it would do what was called a tilt. And all of a sudden, the little reels that are turning around, they kind of got stuck in a place. And they would always stick in a place that was a winner, a big winner. Like, you're betting 15 cents, but you're going to win $300. So anyway, he played and played, and this thing would get stuck. And he'd wait for the attendant to come over, and the attendant would always say, at the end of bringing out the money that he had won, he would always say, okay, plug another nickel back in before you change machines if you're going to. And Bill would say, okay. You plug another nickel back in, and the reels would go again. And the fellow would leave, and Bill would start playing the machine again. And all of a sudden, tilt. And he got paid out like 4 times. And he says to me, he said, it was so much fun. He said, I never won a great amount of money, but he came out of there with a few dollars. And I said to him, I said, well, you had a lot of fun. We had so much fun that time, and we've laughed so many times about this tilting Reno machine. That's craziness. Anywho, what else I'm going to do today? Oh, I've got some paperwork to do. I've got budget work to do. And now that my hands are working a little bit, because my pet pills are working, I am going to have to get on doing some of that. We've got an Amazon delivery coming tomorrow. We've got our medication coming today. So we're kind of tied to the house to stay here and do these things. Anyway, I don't think I've got anything else to really say. The weather today, wow, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We've had such a great day today, weather-wise. Anyway, so I'm hoping that my pills can continue to work for me, and the next dose, if it keeps working for me, then the bread will go on, and my day will go on, and I'll be back tomorrow. Now tomorrow is going to be Snapchat, so it's going to be a quick little video, but I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet, but I got to find something funny. So I'll be having lots of fun tonight thinking up something funny. Well, at least it'll be funny to me. I don't know whether everybody else laughs or not, but it will be funny to me. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. And we've got some new subscribers, and I want to say welcome. I'm not sure how you heard about me, but welcome. Please join our family, and we'll see you all tomorrow.